Imagine this. You are in an emergency room, fighting to save a patient's life. But suddenly, you realize the patient isn't just dying, the patient is killing you. On a cold night in 1994, a woman walked into a California hospital seeking help. But she didn't leave as a human being. She left as a classified biological hazard. Drawing a single vial of her blood was enough to knock out the strongest doctors in the room. It caused tremors, paralysis, and forced an entire hospital to evacuate. Was she a victim of a secret experiment? A freak biological accident? Or something far more sinister? Welcome to the story of the Toxic Lady, the medical mystery that science still struggles to explain. February 19, 1994. Riverside General Hospital. It started as a routine night. Paramedics rushed in 31-year-old Gloria Ramirez. She was a mother of two, suffering from the late stages of cervical cancer. Her heart was beating erratically, and she could barely breathe. Doctors followed standard protocol. They injected drugs to stabilize her. They tried to save her. But then, the staff noticed something that wasn't in the textbooks. Her body was covered in a strange, oily sheen, like she had been dipped in olive oil. And when they leaned in to check her airways, they smelled it. A smell described as fruity or like ammonia coming directly from her mouth. Most dismissed it as a side effect of chemotherapy. But the real horror began when a nurse named Susan Kane picked up a syringe to draw blood. As the vial filled, Susan saw something impossible. The blood wasn't just red. It had strange, manila-colored particles floating in it, little crystals swimming in her veins. Susan leaned in closer. She smelled the vial, and instantly, her face began to burn. Susan passed out cold. She was just the first. Next was Dr. Julie Gorchinsky. She took the vial, felt lightheaded, and told the staff, "I can't feel my legs." She collapsed. Then, the respiratory therapist, Humberto Ochoa, went down. One by one, the medical team, people trained to handle blood and gore every day, started dropping like flies. Within minutes, the emergency room turned into a war zone. 23 staff members fell ill. 5 were hospitalized. The hospital declared an internal emergency. They had to evacuate patients into the parking lot, all because of one woman's blood. Gloria Ramirez died that night, but the mystery was just beginning. The Department of Health and Human Services investigated. Their conclusion? Mass hysteria. They claimed the doctors were stressed, smelled something funny, and panicked. But there was one major problem with that theory. Hysteria is in the mind. It doesn't break your bones. Dr. Gorchinsky, the one who couldn't feel her legs, spent 2 weeks in the ICU. She developed hepatitis and avascular necrosis of her knees. Basically, her bone tissue was dying. She sued the hospital, saying, "Mass hysteria doesn't make your bones dissolve." So if it wasn't panic, what turned Gloria into a chemical weapon? Scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory proposed a theory that sounds like science fiction. They believed Gloria was using a home remedy for pain called DMSO. It's a gel. It smells a bit like garlic. Because her kidneys were failing, this gel built up in her system. When the paramedics gave her pure oxygen, it combined with the chemical to create DMSO2. Those were the crystals they saw in the blood. But the fatal mistake happened when they shocked her heart. The electric shocks triggered a final, deadly reaction. It converted the substance into dimethyl sulfate. That is a potent chemical warfare agent, a nerve gas. Basically, the doctors unwittingly turned her body into a biological bomb. The vapors coming from her blood were literally destroying the lungs and nerves of anyone who breathed them in. It is the most logical theory we have. But Gloria's family never accepted it. They believe the hospital made a mistake and invented the Toxic Lady story to cover up malpractice. And the strangest part, when her body was ordered for a second autopsy, her heart was missing. Her organs were too decomposed to test. Gloria Ramirez was buried in a lead-lined casket. The truth about what really happened in room 1 that night may have been buried with her. So I turn it over to you. Do you believe the human chemistry set theory? Or was something else going on at Riverside General? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to sleep tonight, maybe don't think too hard about what's flowing through your own veins right now. I'll see you in the next video.